Now, as you settle comfortably, take a moment to close your eyes and breathe deeply. Inhale gently, feeling the coolness of the air as it fills your lungs. Then exhale slowly, letting go of any tension in your body. Feel the soft rhythm of your breath, steady and calming. As you do, imagine yourself standing in a wide open space, the air around you crisp and fresh, carrying the first whispers of a change in the atmosphere. Now let's turn our attention to the sky above, where the first stirrings of weather begin. Picture a clear, vast sky and endless expanse of blue. It's peaceful here, serene, with nothing more than a gentle breeze to stir the air. But as you stand in this stillness, feel the subtle shift in the atmosphere. The breeze, though soft, begins to gather strength. You feel the air moving around you, caressing your skin, and it brings with it a slight coolness, a hint of change up above. Far in the distance, you see the first signs of something forming a change in the air. Slowly, a few clouds begin to gather, drifting lazily across the sky. They're light, soft, almost like a whisper in the wind, but their presence is growing. The sun still shines warmly, casting a gentle glow on the land, but the clouds are gathering, building, preparing to tell a different story. Feel the subtle shift in the air as these clouds form, their edges soft and white, the kind of clouds that seem harmless at first glance. As you watch them, you feel the first touch of moisture in the air. The temperature remains mild, but there's a quiet tension, a promise that something is coming. It's the beginning of whether the invisible forces of wind, heat, and moisture that have started to stir, ready to transform this peaceful moment. You can almost hear the gentle rustle of the wind moving through the trees nearby, whispering of a distant change. The clouds are no longer just drifting. They're gathering, slowly, gradually. They begin to grow thicker, their edges less defined, and the air around you begins to feel heavier, richer with moisture. You can sense it now, the very first. Hints of rain, a light mist that begins to settle on your skin, just enough to notice, like the sky is taking its first deep breath. Imagine how the clouds are slowly rising higher, gathering their strength, their moisture building within them. They are not just a decoration in the sky, but the beginning of something more, a force of nature that will soon bring about change. You can feel the atmosphere thickening, the air heavier, but it's not uncomfortable. It's the sort of heaviness that invites curiosity, that draws you in, as though the sky is inviting you to witness the transformation that is about to unfold. You stand there, absorbing the calm yet expectant energy around you. The wind moves, slightly faster now, the moisture in the air more pronounced, and you know that something is on its way, something that will transform this quiet, peaceful landscape into something new. This is the beginning of whether of nature's invisible forces stirring, shaping, and moving the world around us. It's the first whisper, the quiet promise that everything is about to change. As you continue to rest, gently breathing in and out, let the calm of the previous moments settle deeper within you. Feel your body soften with each breath, your muscles unwinding, your mind quieting. Now, imagine the world around you beginning to take shape. The invisible forces that govern the very air we breathe starting to gently stir, creating the weather that touches every corner of the earth. Slowly, with each breath, let your awareness expand, feeling the subtle connections between yourself and the world around you. Now, take a moment to consider the unseen forces that move the air, the elements that work together to create the weather we experience every day. As you relax into this awareness, imagine the air itself, invisible and ever-present, swirling around you, moving through the trees, touching your skin, whispering through the leaves. This is the wind, the breath of the earth, always moving, always shifting. It flows from areas of high pressure to areas of low pressure, a constant cycle that moves the air and shapes the weather patterns. Picture how the wind feels as it brushes against your skin. Gentle at first, almost unnoticeable, but then stronger, more noticeable. You feel the coolness on your face, the soft rustling of the air around you. The wind can be soothing, carrying with it the scent of the trees, the freshness of the sea, or the dryness of the desert. Yet, sometimes, the wind can be fierce, howling through the streets, bending trees, shifting the landscape with its force. This powerful element, the wind, is one of the primary forces of weather, constantly in motion, sweeping across the land, bringing with it changes in temperature, humidity, and pressure. As you breathe deeply, imagine yourself standing on the edge of a great plain, where the wind is free to move across the open land. Feel the wind lifting, picking up speed, creating ripples in the tall grass, bending the stems, carrying the scent of the earth. In this moment, you can almost hear the soft whistle of the wind as it moves around you, its invisible touch felt in every corner of your being. The wind has no beginning, no end, is an eternal flow of energy, constantly moving, shifting, and changing the landscape with each gust. Now, let's take a step further and imagine the pressure that shapes this. Wind, the invisible forces at play in the atmosphere. High and low pressure systems are like the unseen drivers of the wind, the forces that push and pull the air, creating the gentle breeze on a spring afternoon or the howling winds of a storm. High pressure, where the air is dense and sinking, brings clear skies, calm weather, and stillness. Low pressure, on the other hand, is where the air rises, creating clouds, moisture, and stormy conditions. These pressure systems are constantly shifting, moving across the globe, influencing the weather in ways that are often subtle but always present. Feel how these pressure changes affect the world around you. When the air is calm, you sense the stillness, the heaviness of the air settling all around you. It's a peaceful moment, a time for quiet reflection, when the weather is calm and steady. But then, as the pressure begins to change, you might feel a slight shift in the air, a subtle pressure change that signals the arrival of something new. Perhaps the air becomes heavier, more humid, or cooler. It's as if the entire atmosphere is preparing for something, a shift that will soon reveal itself in the form of clouds, rain, or wind. Imagine now that you are standing at the edge of a vast ocean. The winds are beginning to pick up, moving across the water's surface, creating gentle ripples that flow outward, expanding across the horizon. The clouds begin to gather above, swirling together in response to the shifting pressures below. The ocean, with its vastness and depth, becomes the perfect canvas for the wind's energy to play out. The clouds grow thicker, darker, as the weather begins to change, bringing with it the possibility of rain, of storms, of the incredible dance between the elements. As the wind continues to stir the ocean and the sky, you begin to sense the moisture in the air, the scent of the sea, the coolness of the breeze, and the growing heaviness in the air all signal that the weather is shifting once more. You can hear the faint rumble of distant thunder, the first hint of what is to come. The pressure is dropping, the clouds are thickening, and the wind is rising. It's as if nature itself is taking a deep breath, preparing for the next chapter in the weather's unfolding story. Feel yourself as part of this grand ever-changing dance of the elements. The wind is your companion, the pressure shifts your guide, and the weather is the story that unfolds all around you. With each passing moment, you sense the subtle changes in the air, the gentle whisper of the wind, the soft touch of the pressure systems as they move across the land. It's a peaceful journey, one that invites you to relax and trust in the flow of nature's forces, knowing that the changes in the weather are just part of the eternal cycle of life. As you rest, let these sensations wash over you, the wind, the pressure, the movement of the atmosphere. They are all part of a grand, interconnected dance. Feel yourself as a part of this dance, gently swaying with the rhythm of the elements. There is no hurry, no rush, just the calm, soothing flow of air and pressure, moving together in perfect harmony. This is the essence of weather, the silent, invisible forces that shape the world, constantly shifting and changing, yet always in motion, always in balance. Now, as you continue to relax deeply, imagine the world around you beginning to shift once more. The stillness you once felt has given way to a subtle but undeniable change in the atmosphere. The air has become denser, richer with moisture, as though the earth itself is preparing for a transformation. The sky above you, once calm and clear, now holds a sense of anticipation. There's a shift in the air, like the quiet before the first drop of rain touches the ground. It's the moment before a storm. Picture the sky in this moment. The clouds, once scattered and light, are now beginning to gather together. They move slowly, almost lazily, drifting toward one another, like dancers coming together for a grand performance. You can see the first hints of darkness creeping into the sky, the once bright blue now muted by layers of grey. The clouds swell, grow heavier, as if they are absorbing the energy from the earth below. The air around you thickens, the weight of the clouds pressing down on the land, and you feel it, this shift in the atmosphere that signals the approach of something powerful, something transformative. As the clouds continue to form, imagine how the wind picks up, sweeping through the trees, bending the leaves. The world around you begins to feel alive, as though the wind is the breath of the earth, preparing for the arrival of the storm. The wind rises in intensity, carrying the moisture from the clouds with it, making the air feel heavy, almost electric. You can hear the rustling of the leaves in the trees, the sound of the wind stirring the branches, and it fills you with a sense of calm anticipation. You know the storm is coming, and yet it feels peaceful, as though nature itself is in perfect harmony with the change. Now, let your mind drift deeper into this scene. Imagine the first drop of rain. It falls gently at first, a single drop landing on your skin, cool and refreshing. You feel the moisture as it touches your body, soaking into the earth around you. Slowly, the rain begins to fall more steadily. At first, a light drizzle, then a soft shower, and finally, it grows heavier. The sound of the raindrops pattering on the ground, on the leaves, on the earth itself. The rhythm of the rain becomes like a gentle lullaby, a soothing sound that calms the mind and relaxes the body. Feel the rain now, the cool drops as they land on your skin. Each one is soft and refreshing, a delicate kiss from the sky. The sound of the rain is calming, like the world is being washed clean, every droplet falling with intention, with purpose. You can hear the soft rush of water beginning to gather, flowing gently over the surface, carving tiny streams as it moves. The earth drinks in the rain, the soil softening, the plants and trees soaking up the moisture, all in perfect balance with the water falling from the sky. Now, the storm begins to intensify. The wind howls more fiercely, the rain becomes heavier, and a distant rumble echoes through the sky. It's the sound of thunder, the voice of the storm reverberating in the air. But as the thunder rolls, there is no fear. Instead, there is a sense of awe. Thunder is the storm's heartbeat, the powerful pulse that drives the rain and the wind. It shakes the air, but it does not frighten. Rather, it invites you to feel the power of nature, the raw energy that exists in the world around you. Imagine the flashes of lightning now, lighting up the sky in brilliant streaks. The world is briefly illuminated in a stark, electric light. The shadows of trees and buildings casting long, dramatic shapes on the ground. And just as quickly as it appears, the lightning fades, and the world returns to darkness, leaving only the echo of the storm's power in the air. The lightning, like the thunder, is a part of the storm's rhythm, its language. The storm speaks to the earth, to the sky, to everything in its path, and you are here, experiencing it all, feeling the energy of the world coming alive through all of this. Feel the calm that lies beneath the storm. The rain continues to fall, steadily, the wind now a constant presence, the thunder fading into the background. As the storm rages on, you remain centered, connected to the earth beneath you, to the air around you, to the rhythm of nature. There is no rush, no fear, just the steady pulse of the storm and the quiet knowing that this is a natural part of the world, a balance that is necessary for life to continue. As you relax deeper, you can feel yourself in harmony with the storm, understanding that even in its intensity, it is part of the Earth's natural cycle. The storm will pass, the sky will clear, and life will continue as it always does. And through it all, you remain in the quiet center of the storm, surrounded by the calming rhythm of rain, wind, and thunder. Now, as you continue to breathe deeply, feel yourself gently drifting from the intensity of the storm to a more peaceful, calm space. The rain has slowed, the wind has quieted, and the thunder has faded into the distance. You are here in the stillness that follows, surrounded by the soft, soothing sounds of nature as the storm begins to pass. The air is cool and fresh, a reminder of the earth's renewal after the storm. Imagine standing in the midst of this calm. The ground beneath you is damp from the rain, the leaves of the trees glistening with droplets that catch the fading light. The world is quieter now, the rushing energy of the storm replaced by the subtle hum of the earth. Breathing deeply in the aftermath, you can feel the coolness of the air against your skin, the refreshing sensation of the rain that has nourished the earth. It's a moment of peace, a brief pause in the chaos, and you are here to experience it fully. Above you, the sky is beginning to clear. The heavy clouds that once hung so low are now retreating, breaking apart to reveal patches of blue. The sun, still hidden behind some of the clouds, casts its soft golden light through the gaps, bathing the world in a warm, gentle glow. You can feel the warmth beginning to touch your face, the soft rays of sunlight creeping through the clouds, inviting you to relax and absorb the quiet beauty of this moment. Take a deep breath and notice the scent of the air. It's fresh, earthy, clean, as if the storm has washed everything anew. The rain has left a soft, dewy fragrance that fills your senses, grounding you in this peaceful space. The air feels alive with the promise of new growth, of the earth waking up after the storm's fury. The trees and plants around you seem to breathe with you, their leaves gently swaying in the breeze as the world shifts. Back to calm. Feel the soft warmth of the sun as it begins to peek through the clouds. The temperature rises ever so gently, and you can feel the light on your skin, soothing and comforting, like a gentle embrace. With each passing moment, the sun becomes more present, its warmth spreading across the land, drying the earth, and bringing a sense of balance back to the world. The storm, though intense and full of power, has passed, leaving behind a sense of tranquility and peace. As you stand there in this quiet, beautiful moment, allow yourself to absorb the energy of the sun. It is warm and gentle, like a reminder that after every storm there is calm. After every moment of intensity there is peace. You are part of this cycle, this natural rhythm of life storms and sunshine, rain and growth, all working together to create the beauty and balance of the world. Imagine the world around you now, bathed in the soft light of the setting sun. The rain has ceased, the clouds are parting, and the air is crisp and clear. The earth is soft beneath your feet, the plants and trees bathed in the golden glow of the sun, shimmering in the peaceful aftermath of the storm. You feel connected to this calm, this peaceful transition, as the world settles back into a gentle rhythm. As the light of the sun deepens, you notice the stillness of the world around you. The leaves rustle gently in the wind, the faintest sound of birds returning to their nests in the trees. The quiet hum of life resumes, but it's different, no calmer, softer, more deliberate. The storm has passed, and the world is settling back into its natural state, just as you are settling deeper into this peaceful moment. Take another slow breath, feeling the warmth of the sun fill you, grounding you in this stillness. The storm is now far behind you, and all that remains is the gentle, peaceful energy of the earth, the air, and the sun. You are at peace, at rest, and in perfect harmony with the world around you. As you continue to relax, imagine yourself standing on the edge of a vast, quiet meadow. The storm has passed, and the world around you is calm, bathed in the soft light of the late afternoon. The air is fresh, cool, and crisp, still carrying the faint scent of rain, as if the earth is gently exhaling. You feel the steady rhythm of nature pulsing through the ground beneath your feet, the gentle breeze brushing past your skin, and the soft warmth of the sun beginning to settle across the landscape. In this peaceful moment, you begin to understand the quiet power of the natural world, the eternal rhythm of the earth, the cycles that govern the weather, and how everything is interconnected, always moving and flowing in perfect harmony. Imagine the scene stretching out before you, the grass swaying gently, the trees standing tall and still, their leaves shimmering in the golden light. The horizon stretches on endlessly, the land and sky meeting in a soft, peaceful embrace. You notice how everything in nature seems to follow a rhythm, a cycle that repeats day after day, season after season. The weather, like the seasons, moves in an endless loop, always shifting, always changing, but always returning to its starting point, creating a balance, a harmony that is woven through time. You begin to feel a connection to this cycle, this eternal dance of nature, where the storm brings the rain nourishes the earth, and the earth grows. Then, as the sun shines, the cycle begins again, bringing warmth and light, and the process repeats itself. There is no rush, no sense of urgency, just a peaceful flow, a quiet rhythm that continues without end. The weather, like life, is a constant, ever-changing force that moves in its own time, never the same twice, but always returning in some form, always following its own natural course. Now, as you stand in the meadow, imagine the rain that will come again. The clouds will gather, the wind will shift, and once more the cycle of weather will begin. But there is no fear in this repetition, only comfort in knowing that the weather is part of a greater, unbroken rhythm, one that has been in motion since the dawn of time. The rain will fall, the wind will blow, and the sun will shine again, just as it always has. This cycle is not just about the weather, it's about life itself, and how everything is connected, everything is in motion, and everything is part of the same grand flow. As you breathe in deeply, feel the connection between yourself and this vast, eternal cycle. You are part of it, just as the clouds are part of the sky, just as the rain is part of the earth. Each moment, like each drop of rain, is fleeting and unique, yet it's also part of something larger, something timeless. You are connected to this flow, this rhythm of nature, in ways that are beyond understanding. And in this moment, as you breathe and relax, you can feel the calm acceptance of this truth that you are part of something eternal, something that moves in perfect harmony. The wind whispers through the trees, carrying with it the sound of distant rain. You know that the storm will return one day, but for now, the calm reigns. There's peace in this quiet cycle, in the knowledge that everything in nature moves in rhythm, following its course with no hurry and no resistance. Just as the rain will fall again, the sun will shine again, and the winds will shift, so too does the cycle of your thoughts and feelings, gentle, persistent, and forever moving, but always with a return to peace, to balance. And so, With every breath, you sink deeper into this understanding, this connection to the eternal flow of nature. Feel the peace that comes from knowing that, no matter how unpredictable the weather may seem, there is an order to it, a rhythm that guides it, just as there is an order to your own life. And in this peaceful moment, as you relax into the flow of your breath, you realize that everything, your thoughts, your feelings, the weather outside, the world around you moves in a gentle, endless cycle. There is no end, no beginning, a continuous, peaceful rhythm that carries you through life, always moving, always flowing, always coming back to the quiet center of peace.